Hey folks, meteorologist Bill Alexander. Sort of taking a look at the satellite radar loop, and you can see generally fair skies over most of South Texas. There are those isolated showers down south of Claiborne County and on into the Rio Grande Valley. But this is the area that we're going to be watching carefully. It's a surface and upper level feature that is starting to show some potential for development. We'll talk about that more in just a little bit. But it also has something to do with our rain chances really ramping up as you move into the first part of next week. Yeah, you'll see some showers isolated tomorrow, but as you move into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, could be significant rain opportunities. Now, across the state right now, fairly decent conditions. There is a thunderstorm in progress in Lubbock where it's only 68 degrees. Most other folks in the 80s and 90s, Laredo cooking there at 100. And across our area, temperature generally in the 90s, upper 80s there at Port A. And we're going to be looking at overnight temperatures dropping to the middle to upper 70s, except those lower 80s along the immediate coastline. Well, we're also looking at temperatures tomorrow with abundant moisture and increasing cloud cover only in the upper 80s to lower 90s. That's just a little bit below normal for this time of the year. However, during peak heating, we're still looking at heat index values 105 to 108, 109 tomorrow afternoon, and more of the same as you move on into Sunday. But the change on Sunday is going to involve more rain. Now, if you're heading out to the coastal waters tomorrow, actually a pretty good day. Partly cloudy, scattered showers and thunderstorms. You are going to see a high in the upper 80s with a heat index about 105. Water at 87 degrees. Look how light the wind is going to be. Northeast at 5 knots. That's going to make for smooth bays, 2-foot seas, and a low rip current risk. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what else is going on. We talked about wind, and it's going to stay fairly light for the next couple of days, generally out of the north and northeast. And the reason for that is that low I was just talking about. You can see that spinning its way over the northwesternmost Gulf of Mexico, and it'll be kind of sinking southward but meandering around, and it's going to have some impact on how our weather plays out around here. It's associated with this upper level disturbance. That disturbance doesn't move much in the first couple of days, but afterwards it shifts off to the east. And even more moisture comes in after that. So what we're looking at is an abundance of moisture in the atmosphere. The brighter colors means more rainfall potential because of the huge amounts of moisture in the atmosphere. And that's what we're going to be looking at through much of next week. So what we end up with, excessive rainfall outlook, nothing for us right now. But next week's a different story. We're looking at this happening as rainfall begins to move in from the coastal waters. We're looking at 2 to 3 inches total through the work week to come. Now, the National Meteorological Center is talking about that right along our coastline, lesser amounts out in our watershed. However, still 1 to 2 inches out there is beneficial. Now, let's take a look at the tropics. We have 3 areas now that we look at. This one out here in the west central tropical Atlantic will be moving across the Caribbean. It has a good potential, at least right now, becoming a tropical cyclone. And we're looking at this area, what I just mentioned, in the northwestern Gulf of Mexico, a low chance because of its proximity to land. So there's what it looks like, and you can see the amount of precipitation associated with that. It bears watching, and we will be watching. How about your Friday night lights? Looks like temperatures dropping out of the 90s through the 80s with good conditions out there for your games of the week. Now, overnight tonight, down into the upper 70s, back into the lower 90s tomorrow. Isolated showers becoming scattered to numerous with heavy rain possibility Monday and Tuesday.